The documentary starts with Cecily Feljoy, a young woman born in Norway but now settled in London. One night she was swiping through the Tinder app when she came across the profile of Simon Levive, a handsome, wealthy-looking Israeli man. Welcome back to Documentary Recap. In today's video, we'll be going through a documentary film about the most controversial online dating scam called the Tinder Swindler from the year 2022. As one sensibly would, Cecily Googled his name only to discover that he was the CEO of LLD Diamonds and the son of Russian-Israeli diamond billionaire Lev Levive. So she sincerely believed she had found her Prince Charming and started dating him. In the ensuing months, however, things began to take a bizarre turn for Cecily when Simon revealed that he was being targeted by his enemies. He even sent out a video of himself and his bodyguard in the back of an ambulance after getting knifed on the street. Simon then asked his girlfriend if she would be willing to help him. So to assist him, she gave him a total of $250,000 in loans. He would write checks to pay her back, but they always bounced when she tried to cash them. Secondly, there's another victim named Pernilla Soholm, a Swedish socialite who was swiping her way through the Tinder dating profiles of some of Stockholm's most eligible bachelors around the same time. After some time had passed, she stumbles upon an account that immediately caught her eye. Simon Levive is his name. Even though Pernilla had no romantic feelings for Simon, she was taken away by how similar they were and genuinely loved his company. They agreed to stay friends after their date and kept in touch on a regular basis in the months that followed. Meanwhile, Cecily, who was being pursued by banks for repayment, contacted American Express and they came to her London home to talk about the problem. As soon as they heard their story, the agent suggested she look up the name Simon Hyatt on Google, where she discovered that someone with that name had defrauded 3 Finnish girls out of thousands of pounds by posing as her lover several years before. She blocked him, befuddled and heartbroken. On the other hand, Simon Levive turned to his good friend Pernilla and took about $30,000 that she had set aside to purchase an apartment. Back in town, Cecily reached out to Norway's largest newspaper VG for assistance after receiving no response from the Norwegian police. The newspaper team was tasked with proving that Simon Levive and Shimon Hayut were the same person. They also came up with Pernilla's name and contacted her. They proved the scam by presenting her with documentation of what they had discovered. So, Pernilla and Cecily teamed up with the VG news team to bring Simon's face to the public's attention. Simon, on the other hand, was still on the run and had already gotten one step ahead of his ex-girlfriend and pal. He'd started a romantic connection with Eileen Charlotte, a Dutch fashion worker whom he'd met on Tinder. She was shocked when she came across a picture of him on social media with the description, "The Tinder Swindler," a few weeks into their relationship, believing her 14-month lover to be a low-key, globe-trotting diamond firm CEO. But she had already loaned him $140,000, so she called the cops, who informed her that no charges were being pursued against Simon at the time. So she went along with her connection out of fear of scaring him into escaping, while secretly conversing with Pernilla and Cecily about catching him. He then began to send images of himself eating leftover food in the food court and sleeping in a hostel before indicating to Eileen that he was flying from Czech Republic to Greece to fix this issue, as he put it. Knowing that he was lying, she caught him with her intelligence and handed him to the police. For the offenses he committed in Israel, Simon Levive was sentenced to 15 months in prison. After 5 months, he was released. Since his release, he started a website that provides fixed-price business guidance. He's now a free man in Israel and doesn't appear to be in financial distress. Cecily, Pernilla, and Eileen were never charged with cheating him, and they're still paying off their obligations. He's thought to have defrauded $10 million from victims all around the world. But he has returned to Tinder since his release from prison. He was requested to participate in the documentary, but he declined because he was preparing a lawsuit against Netflix for defamation and lying. What did you think of the Tinder Swindler? Comment below.